13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Complex is the right word to describe the entire plot that 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim intends to carry. Slowly but surely the movement of the story will make the concept of the battle between the giant mecha versus kaiju that he is carrying become a small part of the sci-fi realm that Vanillaware wants to touch. You will play the role of 13 young school students who, for mysterious reasons, have the ability to summon giant mechas known as Sentinels. The threat came from the attacks of the kaiju, instead of being organic, actually carried a machine-like shape of various forms and functions that were equally threatening. It is the responsibility of the 13 teenagers, most of whom are students at this same school, to dispel this threat. If you love a game with a strong story, I would strongly recommend 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim for you to try. Digimon Survive. Digimon Survive comes with a typical Digimon plot that seems familiar to many fans of the series. That's right, it still starts with teenagers moving to a new world they don't understand, which then makes them confront and befriend certain Digimon. The gameplay in Digimon Survive combines turn-based tactical battles with exploration and decision-making. Players must strategically position their Digimon allies on a grid-based battlefield, utilizing their unique skills and abilities to overcome enemy forces. Digimon Survive is a must-play for those seeking an enthralling journey filled with digital monsters, difficult choices, and the bonds of friendship. Trials of Mana. Trials of Mana, developed by Square Enix, is a stunning remake of the beloved 1995 action RPG, Seiken Densetsu 3. With its enhanced visuals, refined gameplay mechanics, and captivating storyline, Trials of Mana revitalizes the classic title for a new generation of players. In bringing this charming and beautiful 16-bit game to the modern era, Square Enix has done a fantastic job of transitioning from 2D to 3D, wonderfully recreating the feel of the original in great detail. Unlike classic JRPGs where the majority adopt a turn-based battle system, Trials of Mana has brought more active and aggressive combat since it was first released. Trials of Mana is a must-play title that will satisfy your appetite for adventure, exploration, and strategic combat. YS8 Lacrimosa of Dana. YS8 Lacrimosa of Dana is one of the most famous and best-selling YS series in the market. This game was first released for PS4 and PS Vita about 6 years ago. Apart from that, it has also penetrated other platforms such as Switch and PC. Adol and his companion, who find themselves stranded on a mysterious island. As the story progresses, players uncover the island's secrets and the enigmatic character known as Dana, whose past is intertwined with Adol's journey. The storytelling is well-paced, keeping players invested and eager to unravel the mysteries that lie ahead. The gameplay in YS8 is fast-paced and action-oriented, featuring a real-time combat system that is both accessible and satisfying. Whether you are a long-time fan of the series or new to the franchise, YS8 is a must-play for any action RPG enthusiast. Persona 5 Royal. It's a unique JRPG with high emphasis on story. It has no relation to other games but shares similar lore, what you see in Final Fantasy games, so it's a great starting point for new players. The graphics look great, amazing art style which stands out of any other game. Palaces especially look great, and it's a great leap from Persona 4 Golden where you only had mazes with identical textures everywhere. Persona 5 Royal is the definitive version of the game. If you like gaming on the go, Persona 5 Royal is a superb RPG for you. Bravely Default 2. Bravely Default and Bravely Second End Layer on the Nintendo 3DS deserves a thumbs up. To reminisce on that beautiful moment, Nintendo and Square Enix finally brought the series back to the Nintendo Switch with the title Bravely Default 2. This game is a typical classic JRPG that requires you to adventure from town to town, rest in inns, buy weapons and armor, enter dungeons, fight monsters, open prize chests, find ways to defeat bosses to continue the progress of the story. Bravely Default 2 still adopts a turn-based battle system classic where you can give orders to characters when it's their turn. You will meet basic commands that are very often applied to JRPG games. Bravely Default 2 still maintains the visual style of the previous two series. The most significant difference we feel is that the visuals feel sharper thanks to the hardware capabilities of the Switch, which exceeds the Nintendo 3DS. If you are a fan of this series, then Bravely Default 2 is for you. Triangle Strategy. Set in the fantasy kingdom of Norzelia, the game follows the story of three noble families embroiled in a conflict over limited resources and political power. As a player, you take on the role of a strategist who must make crucial decisions and lead your chosen faction to victory. The gameplay of Triangle Strategy revolves around turn-based battles and strategic decision-making. The game features a branching narrative with multiple choices that affect the course of the story. Your decisions can alter character relationships, alliances, and even determine the fate of entire regions. In addition to battles, Triangle Strategy incorporates investigative elements. You can examine crime scenes, gather evidence, interrogate suspects, and engage in dialogue to uncover the truth behind various mysteries. This game offers cooperative multiplayer modes where you can team up with friends to tackle challenges, share resources, and strategize together. Triangle Strategy offers an engaging experience for fans of strategy and JRPG games. Octopath Traveler 2. Octopath Traveler 2 is a sequel to Octopath Traveler 2018, and the third entry in the series after the prequel mobile game Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent 2020. Similar to the first Octopath Traveler, the game plays as a traditional JRPG. The player moves between 8 separate characters, each with their own purpose for traversing the game world. New to the sequel is there being distinct daytime and nighttime segments of gameplay, with path actions being different depending on the time of day. And latent powers, special abilities unique to a given character which recharge when taking damage or breaking the enemy. The game retains the turn-based battle system of the first game as well, including the break and boost systems. Every enemy has a number of hidden weakness attributes related to being weak to particular weapons or elements. Fire Emblem Engage. Fire Emblem Engage is the 17th installment in the Fire Emblem series, and was released worldwide on January 20th, 2023. The game follows Aelier, a dragon in human form, who awakens from a 1,000-year slumber and quickly becomes embroiled in a conflict with the forces of the fell dragon Sombrin. The player controls Aelier and their allies through a series of battles. As the plot advances, there are also optional skirmish battles and prologue side missions if the player wants to further strengthen their team. The battles feature a grid map, similar to a large chessboard, where both the characters under player control and enemy units are laid out. The flow of the game is turn-based, with the game alternating between a player phase where player units move and act and an enemy phase where hostile units move and act. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is an installment in the open-world Xenoblade Chronicles series, itself a part of the larger Xeno franchise. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 depicts the futures of the worlds featured in Xenoblade Chronicles 2010 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 2017, and concludes the trilogy's narrative. Unlike previous Xenoblade series entries, the game allows for 7 party members to participate in battles at once, including the main party and an additional hero character. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has an action-based battle system, where the player manually moves the current lead character in real time, and party members auto-attack when enemies enter their attack radius. Unlike past entries, players have the ability to swap between characters in the middle of combat. Fire Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a masterful combination of the Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles franchises, delivering a captivating story, a vast open world, and engaging combat mechanics. This game is a true gem that deserves a spot in the collection of any RPG enthusiast. Thank you for watching this video. Stay close by, subscribe this channel. I really happy if you leave a thumbs up and give some advice by comment below. I will continue to add more great games to the list, so consider to subscribe. Okay. See you in the next video.